Hello everyone, I'm Helena Patience from Entreflow Consulting Group and welcome to another installment of the Appy Hour. So this week I'm going to review an app called Prevue, and for any of you that hire employees, listen closely because this is a really kick-ass app. So Prevue is a psychometric testing app that you can use to test any new candidates and as well your existing team. Their kick-ass feature is that you can actually create your own benchmarking that is very specific to that role that you're hiring. Some of their top features are that it's a reasonably short survey, so it's not something that's going to throw off candidates if they have to sit and spend a whole hour doing a test. It's quite quick to get through. They have their own standard benchmarking within the tool, but you can create your own and you can get your team to do it to create a benchmark based off your team. What's really cool about that is that if you take something like an accountant role, if you were to take the standard benchmarking, your typical accountant might be a little bit more self-focused in their work, so they might not be collaborating with other team members as much. Most accountants, people would probably think, are not as client-facing. They're more independent workers. However, for Entreflow, our accountants need to be client-facing, they need to be super kick-ass with technology, and they also need to work collaboratively in a team. So we are able to create a benchmark for our instance of an accountant, what we want to have an accountant versus what a typical accountant role might look like. So what's cool is that when we interviewed our candidates, we were able to get them to do the assessment and see where they sat on each scale within the test. So it was super cool. And then, like I said, you can also get your team to complete the assessment and see, maybe where some skills gaps or, personality gaps or what have you on your team to help inform the next hire that you want. Because you don't want to have a whole team of people just like you and just like the people already on the team. So that helps to kind of, fill out your team. Requested features, I don't think we actually have any. This app does what it needs to do. It's really easy to use. From an implementation perspective, it's easy peasy. So you actually get a dedicated implementation team that helps you to get it all set up, and then as well that helps you with the benchmarking if you need it. So they're super awesome, really easy to work with. We love them. And the usability rating is super easy too. You just log in and then send the link off to the candidate. And then you can go back and take a look at the results afterwards. I think one area for improvement is maybe on the reporting. I think we found the reporting a little bit tricky to get used to at the start, but it's actually quite fine after you get used to it. So that's basically all I'm going to say about Prevue. If you are hiring, one thing, this is an app I think is really good for anybody who's hiring. So if you are hiring, this is a really good tool because you will find out this is not a tool that you would use to say hire the person or not hire the person. This is the tool that you would use to say, okay, what are some kind of a foreshadowing kind of tool where you can figure out what might be some challenges in the future or figure out some really strong skills that this person has that they might be short-selling themselves on. So that's why I think it's good for anybody to use, just to get a little sneak peek into what that person's going to look like on their team in the future. Okay, that's all for now. I'm Helena Patience from Entreflow Consulting Group, and thanks again for joining us for another installment of the Entreflow Appy Hour. If you like what you saw, please subscribe below so you can get more tips and tricks and more Appy Hours in your inbox on a regular basis. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.